Hollywood, California, a city built on dreams, a dream that brought the masses seeking fame and fortune. Most never made it, only the lucky few. But fame comes at a price and often was accompanied by tragedy. For many, life ended far too soon and at the peak of their careers. Some believe the pain and suffering of the failed and even the successful have caused them to stick around even after death, making Hollywood one of the most haunted places in America. Tonight, we will be discussing some of the most famous haunts in Hollywood as we plan and prepare to investigate the ones that interest us most. Join us on our journey to the truth as we try to find proof of a haunted Hollywood.
My name is Trevor Heasley, and with me is
James Killebrew.
And on this show, we shall become Knights of the Spooken Word.
I've recently just ran into this place. It's, to me, the spot. I was walking by it one day with a group of friends, saw that it had an amazing happy hour. They have a lot of punk rock shows there. They have stand-up comedy there. They have some death metal shows there. It's really a trippy spot when you go in. You can just really feel this cool vibe. The movie A Star Was Born was filmed there. The Misfits, it was like their bar for a quick second. Like they went there a few times. They
went there, or they like played there? Or?
No, they just had drinks there.
It was a hangout.
But it was the Misfits hanging out in downtown at this bar. And the bar is called The Bar on Main. And I love it. It's a really cool spot. Down in downtown. I don't know if you've been out in that area, but it's really a cool little hip trending area. Used to be a part of Skid Row back in the day. The great part about downtown is I recently found out that it was the original Hollywood. When you go down there, there's a lot of old theaters. You see a lot of old theaters, and it was because that's where they premiered movies constantly. And that was the Hollywood back in the day before the Hollywood that we all know. What I've heard, talking to the bartenders, there's this basement in this bar. If you go down into the basement, some crazy things have happened.
The security guard warned us if we go down to the basement, we will see a ghost.
Yes, and he said on top of it, we can bring it home with us. And he said, you do not want to bring this thing home with you.
That was a warning he provided, that if we mucked with this basement, we could be followed.
Correct.
I will take that risk. He does not want to go down to the basement with us, but he is willing to stay at the top of the stairs.
Yes,
and babysit us as we record the show.
We definitely are going.
Not only is the basement haunted, but what I heard was there was an apartment building.
Yes.
Which was on top of it. And the apartment building is not there now.
Yeah, it was about 5 stories high. I think it was an electrical fire. The hotel ended up burning down, and then they ended up rebuilding it into the bar, which is there now. I've recently talked to one of the bartenders, and she tells me a lot of times crazy stuff happens where stuff just flies off, pots and pans fly around.
There was an entire apartment building that burned down. That fire happened very early in the morning, yes, when everybody was home.
Yeah, they were sleeping.
And
a lot of them were sleeping.
A lot of people died, yes, when the building collapsed. The security guard caught my interest. And if you want to go there,
yes,
I am game.
Awesome. So we definitely are voting this one in.
Have you actually gone to Google or researched the story to see if there's any evidence of this really happening?
No, I haven't looked into it that deep.
Okay.
I didn't fully. I just kind of went off of what they said. It gave me the chills. I guess I'll take the hit for this if it's not real.
You're not the only one that's going to be taking the hit. I was with you that night, and I talked to the same gentleman, so I am just as guilty as not asking the right questions. The security guard that we talked to that evening had the hair on my back standing straight up.
Yes.
I was creeped out. He said every time he went down there, he saw something, whether it be a mist or somebody pushing him down the stairs. There was a body discovered down there. It was a shooting gallery back in the 80s. It was a heroin den. So it was a heroin den on Skid Row. People died. The Alexandria Hotel
in Hollywood.
It was built in 1906. It was a 5-star hotel. Right now, restoration hides its dark past. Picture this. An entire wing, an entire section of the building was sealed off in 1938.
Well, what is with the 30s?
This sectioned off place was built on a land adjoining the Alexandria Hotel with no entrances from the outside. It was built by a local businessman, William Chick. The only way to access the building was through either an elevator or stairs from the Alexandria Hotel. There was no outside entrances. There was a rent dispute between William Chick and the new owners, a corporation. Because of this, the wing was closed off and sealed up.
Wow.
And to this day, it has been untouched. I would like to nominate going to the Alexandria Hotel because I think there is a building that's been sealed off since 1938 and reportedly nobody has entered there and still since then. I want to go. But it is reported. We get in by calling. We get in
and
by...
nobody's been there since 1930 something. You think there's got to be a way. How do we get in?
Why not? Why not? Hollywood, California is one of the most haunted places in the world.
Really?
I am interested. I want to know.
Right. I want to see something.
If you're going to promise me a ghost, I'm going to go there. And if I got to take a sledgehammer and bust through a wall legally, I'm going to do it. I don't think we're going to find anything.
Well,
but
let's try, damn it.
Let's
do it.
I want to give it a shot. I'm 43 years old.
Damn, you're old.
Dude, I'm halfway there, man, at least. Maybe 2/3 of the way. But if I can answer the question of, are ghosts real? Or what happens after we die? And if I see a ghost, I'll be like, holy camoli, we will become ghosts after we die. It is an answer to the 3 greatest questions in the world. One of them is, are ghosts real? What happens after we die? If I can answer that question, it would change everything in my life. Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Nice.
Nowhere else in this world holds so many that have sought fame in life and now brought together in death. A startling amount of reports have come out about this Hollywood landmark. Usually, as far as ghost reports and haunted sightings go, cemeteries, surprisingly enough, rate the least haunted across the world. The Hollywood Forever Cemetery does not fall into that category. It has a lot of reports of haunting.
Really?
There is a portion of the Hollywood Forever Cemetery called the Cathedral Mausoleum. It is where Rudolph Valentino rests. At his funeral, there was a mysterious woman. She came back every day for years and years and years, always wearing a veil. 75 years later, people are still spotting this mysterious figure, looking like a real person, leaving flowers at Rudolph Valentino's grave. So either it's a hoax, it's something passed down from clown to clown, or it's a ghost. Reports are it happens every day. I either want to prove it right or I want to prove it wrong.
Is there a YouTube video of this?
No, but there will be now once we go there. At least 90% of the cast of The Wizard of Oz is interned at the Hollywood Cemetery, including Judy Garland. I think it would be very interesting to spend a little bit of time at what is reported to be the most haunted cemetery in the United States of America.
When we're there, can we sing the Yellow Brick Road song?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Awesome. I just want to be sure. So this is a place where over 20 craziest incidents have happened. And on top of it,
20.
Yes, and 3 of the most intense serial killers laid their head to rest every night before going to sleep. This is the Cecil.
The Cecil Hotel.
Yes.
It's the granddaddy of the haunted hotel.
Yes.
And I was really hoping that you would pick that.
Nice.
Because I know that any place that we both agree on, we're gonna go there.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're like 2 minds alike.
So we don't want to give too much information right now about the Cecil Hotel. But it is a place that is related.
Wow.
It is connected to multiple serial killers. There has been suicides.
Yep.
There's been murders. My personal experience and your personal experience, James, with the Cecil Hotel. You and I did another podcast one day.
Okay.
And you were the guest.
Wow, yeah.
And we were talking about our experience at the Cecil Hotel.
Right.
I was telling a story about knocking on the glass and looking through the Cecil Hotel doors. And there was a blonde lady with a ponytail that was ignoring us.
Wow.
And then you and I disappeared behind the corner because we found a few fanboys that were like, dude, we'll show you the alley. And we're like we followed them. We took pictures. But
wait a minute.
But you claimed that you looked through the windows.
I saw a man.
And you can listen to the episode of Monkey Goo and Other Delights that you and I did together.
Okay.
That we told this story. You saw a Hispanic gentleman,
yeah,
right?
Hispanic gentleman in a suit.
I saw a blonde lady with a ponytail. Now I gotta say, either you're messing with me,
no,
or something happened, or there was a blonde lady who was at the front desk. Even though the building is closed and shut down, there is a desk clerk.
I saw a man.
She was blonde. She had a ponytail. James, you saw a man, right?
I saw a man.
So again, either you're messing with me,
no,
or we saw something, or the blonde lady got up and went to the restroom, and the Hispanic gentleman replaced her for a minute. I walked away. You walked over and saw.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. That would be.
There has to be an explanation.
No.
I am trying really hard to explain how I saw a white blonde lady with a ponytail, and you saw a Hispanic gentleman.
Yep, Hispanic gentleman.
But yeah, right. So maybe. So our promise to the audience is this: we're gonna show up. All right, so we're gonna go urban legends. All right, James. So I'm gonna give you 4 things to choose from. I don't know what any of these stories are. They could either be bupkis, or they could be scary. Do we want to hear a story called the babysitter story, Bloody Mary, clown statue, or the dripping tap, drip, drip, drip?
Clown statue.
I really thought you'd go for the dripping tap, drip, drip, drip. All right, clown statue.
I like beer, but I like clowns.
So here's the story. It was Halloween night, and a young couple were invited to their coworker's Halloween party. They hired a young teenager named Maria to babysit their 8-month-old baby. It was about 9:30 p.m. when the couple left the house. At around 10:30, the baby fell asleep. After Maria tucked the baby into sleep, she went to go lie down in the couple's bedroom to watch TV because they had a big screen in the room. Once she started watching TV, she noticed a life-size clown statue in the corner. The statue was kind of creeping her out, so she got a sheet from the closet and covered it. She went to go lie down again, feeling partly relieved. An hour later, she fell asleep. A couple of minutes after she fell asleep, she heard a thump. She thought something just fell on a shelf in the closet. She was so tired, she just ignored it and went back to sleep. Then, the phone rang downstairs. She went to go answer it, and all she heard was heavy breathing. She hung up, thinking it was just a prank call from some of her friends. As she turned to go back upstairs, it rang again. This time she answered and says, "You guys better knock it off." After she said that, she heard a voice say, 10 minutes passed. There was another thump, but it was a little louder this time. Maria knew it didn't come from the closet. Then the phone rang again. So she ran downstairs quickly. She answered it and said, "Please leave me alone." That's my girl voice.
Right.
It's supposed to be scary. "Please leave me alone." The unknown male voice said sarcastically, "Hey, I'm warning the police."
Nice.
She ran upstairs and hid under the blankets. After 20 minutes passed, she heard the loudest thump. She was so scared, but she was the babysitter. She was going to get up and check on the baby when, slash, the clown chopped her head off.
That's funny.
I thought it was going to build up, but no. So the clown chops her head off. As the neighbors heard the screams, they were calling the police. When the police arrived, it was silent. They didn't find anything downstairs, so they went upstairs. They noticed that all the doors were wide open except for the master bedroom. That door was shut. The police were astonished when they found a strangled baby and a headless girl crammed into the closet. Where the fuck did the baby come from?
I don't know.
Where the fuck did the baby come from? Okay. So they found a strangled baby and a headless girl crammed into the closet.
Right.
When they closed the closet, they noticed a chair next to the window in the corner of the room. It was dark, so they couldn't see very well. They went over to turn on the lights and found Maria's head on the chair with a butcher knife next to it.
Wait, is that the lady that uncovered the clown?
The police were astonished to find a note saying, "I warned you guys, didn't I? Signed, prisoner."
What? Okay, that's the lamest
Alright, so
story.
it turns out the clown was a murderer that escaped from prison. So, yeah, that was a really stupid fucking... That wasn't even scary at all.
Not at all.
Like, the payoff on that one was absolutely shit.
Absolutely.
Knights of the Spooken Word.